It's KBKW's Coffee Talk on FM 94.7 and AM 1450. And it's time now for the Insider Report with Everett Hughes. Good morning, Everett.
Good morning, Doug.
And what, dare we say, are we going to talk about today?
Well, we can dare talk about anything we want, after all. But anyway, I've been reminded of something I haven't thought about for a long time. And I'm going to start back to what I haven't thought about for a long time before we get to what's reminded me.
Okay.
And as you're studying the Internal Revenue Code, I discovered years ago that the Internal Revenue Code requires you to report all the income you earned from illegal activities.
Sure.
Well, sure. Now, who's going to do that? Well, you're right. Nobody's going to do that until they get caught.
Uh-huh.
But here's the deal. When you report your $100,000 from illegal activities, because it's illegally earned income, you get no business expenses.
So Al Capone couldn't write off his bullets.
Exactly. But I first came in contact with this for real. I got a guy called me because he'd done some federal time because he'd been smuggling gooey ducks. Well, gooey ducks in the state of Washington, you take them illegally and sell them. That's a federal crime.
Wow.
So he had all of this gooey duck income, and so part of his sentence was he had to refile his tax returns and include all the gooey duck income, and we could take no business expenses.
I see.
Pretty interesting, don't you think?
Yeah. Do you think they put that in there just for that purpose?
Oh, I think they put, like a lot of stuff they do, Doug, they put things like that in there as a deterrent.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't deter anybody, but that's why they put it in. But now, you know what reminded me of all this?
What's that?
I'm listening to the news this morning.
Uh-huh.
The Wall Street report that comes on out here, it comes on at 4 a.m. But you know what they talked about? There are 20 states that have legalized marijuana at some level. Most of it's medical marijuana, but some states like Washington, Colorado, recreational marijuana. But there's 20 states that have legalized the sale of marijuana. And guess what?
You can't write it.
The sale of marijuana is illegally obtained income because the federal level says it's illegal to be involved selling marijuana. So all of these marijuana dealers and sellers, according to federal tax law, are going to have to report 100% of their income and will not be allowed to take any deductions.
Of course, that's going to force the price of the product to go up so they can make up for what they lose because they can't, take any deductions.
Well, it's going to make up for their taxes they're going to have to pay.
Yeah.
I mean, but they won't. They will still have the expense of producing the crops.
Sure.
But they will not be able to write off any of their business expenses because selling marijuana to the federal government is illegal.
But they could make that money up by charging more, correct?
Well, I suppose they could.
Yeah.
So instead of $10 for the bag, it's $15 because we have to pay the tax.
Yeah,
That's what you're saying.
Yeah, kind of a captive audience there you're talking about.
Well, there you have it.
Oh, interesting.
Isn't that interesting? And all of this stuff, because that's the little kinds of things you think of when over the years, you learn different tax codes. Of course, nobody's ever reported their income like that. I mean, I don't have people reporting their illegally earned income to me. But I thought of the marijuana stuff.
Wow.
And everybody, California, Washington, Oregon, that's been going on in California for years. It's all called medical marijuana, but there's people down there selling it. Now we have little factories starting up here in the state of Washington. In fact, down in Pacific County, I think they got someplace established.
They're looking to. Well, we're out of time, but folks, if you want some more information from Everett Hughes, just give him a call, 533-4131, and go to that website.
And hear about this later at everetthughes.com.
All right, you have a good week. We'll talk to you Wednesday.
I am.